Hey fellow photographers, Manny Pedroso from Manny's Photography, and I want to talk to you about this little flash that I bought about a year ago. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know if you want to know about guide numbers and things like that. It has a guide number 36. It's a Godox TT350s, with the S stands for Sony. They make these Godox makes flash for Canon and Nikon, and I don't know who else, but I know they make them for Sony, Canon, and Nikon. This is a small portable flash that you put on a wireless camera, and I have their larger version. Let me go get the large version, I'll show it to you. Okay, this is their larger version of the Godox. It's a V862S. 860 and then 2 and then S. It's a number 2 in the series. This is a very nice flash, very powerful, as good as any Canon and Nikon flash in its class. I did a review on this already on my YouTube channel if you'd like to check it out. So this is the difference in the size of these two flash. Okay, this is, let's show you how the difference in the size compared to our camera here. This is a Sony A6500. Okay, now you got the flash on here. I mean, that's what it looks like. I'm not going to put it on just yet. That's what it looks like on the A6500. Okay, and then you're going to put this big monster on here. That's what it would look like on the A6500. This is a monster for this. Now, I only use this flash off camera, and it really works well for that. I had it on a light stand with an umbrella, and I was doing some portraits, and the wind blew it over, and it broke this little piece right here because it's made out of plastic. Okay, that's not Godox's problem, that's Sony's problem. All flash that go on Sony have this plastic connector thing that, you know, that they should be made out of metal, and it's very fragile, and you want to make sure that you don't lose this thing right here, this piece right here, because this goes on here and it protects that when it's not on the camera, and you want to make sure you keep hold of that and put that on whenever you take it off the camera. So, but this still works fine. It just doesn't go on the camera anymore because that piece is broken, but it doesn't matter to me because I never use it on the camera anyway. So, but that's the difference in the sizes. This one is great for just walk around flash, for, you know, doing family shots at home, for fill flash outside, or even if you're just walking about and you want a small flash to light up something. It works really well. It's 2.4 gigahertz, so it has its own wireless transmitter. This is a wireless, what is this called? This is called the X1T 2.4 gigahertz wireless transmitter. You put this on your camera and it will fire this flash. It will also fire this flash, and you can put both of these flashes together and you can fire them together. And so you can create that studio type of look where you have that 45 degree, and then you can use a small one as a fill on the other side, and it works really nicely that way. This flash has TTL, it has manual exposure. It also has something's really cool, because it's really hard to figure out how to do high-speed sync with a Sony camera. Well, it's in the flash, and this flash has high-speed sync, and so does this one. And all you have to do is you just, when you have turned on the camera, turned on the flash, you just hit this right here, this sync button right here, and it puts it into high-speed sync, or it takes it out. It puts it in or it takes it out. And it also has TTL, it has manual, it has multi, which would be slave, and you can put it in slave mode, and it's just a really cool flash. I really like it a lot. I like the size of it for this small camera that I use, and I like the portability of it. It fits nicely in my camera bag. Usually when I go to Europe, I just take this little guy, because I usually don't need this big one, because I'm not doing a lot of portraits in Europe, although this year I'm going to Poland and I am going to do some portraits, so I may take my big one this year. You know, a perfect little flash for casual flash photography. Oh yeah, also, okay, the head rotates 180 degrees one way and 90 degrees the other way for bounce flash. You know, it rotates all the way up, all the way down. It has your little diffuser here and your bounce card on here. One thing to remember, when you push this back in, make sure you get it all the way in, otherwise it's not going to, it'll only shoot at like a 24 millimeter spread, and it won't go back to, it won't be automatically zoom. It has automatic and manual zoom. It zooms from 24 millimeters to 105 millimeters. Like I said, I've had this for about a year, and I really like it. I really enjoy it. It runs on 2 AA batteries very nicely. You get about, I think you get about 250 shots on those 2 AA batteries. This is how it looks mounted on the A6500. This is what it looks like. Sits really nicely on the A6500 or any of the A6000 series cameras or smaller mirrorless cameras. It's really a nice match. I'm going to just do it real quick, show you why I pointed out that it had high-speed sync and why you want high-speed sync. So I'll take a couple of images, and the first one I'll take is, I'll put it on my little tripod here. And I'm going to take a picture without turning the flash on, without high-speed sync on. And I'm going to go ahead and shoot myself. Not actually shoot myself, but shoot myself. I'm going to expose for the background. So, got it on spot metering. And let's expose, put it on manual. So I'm going to expose for that background. So I want to get that background nice and well exposed. You see the colors in the background and everything else. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a picture. And we'll see what I look like standing in front of with the camera, standing in front, and what high-speed sync does to change this image. Okay, so as you can see, looking at that image, you can't even, I'm just a silhouette in this picture, and the background is exposed well. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn on the flash. And I'm going to turn on the high-speed sync. And I'm going to leave it at the exact same settings. And I'm going to take another picture. There you go, and that's the difference between using high-speed sync. I can now both my background is exposed and my foreground is exposed. I exposed for the background with the camera, putting the camera in manual exposure, and I lit up the foreground, which is me, with the flash, and that's why one of the things that high-speed sync does, and why you want high-speed sync on your flash. So I really like this flash. I like the size of it. I like that it's powerful enough to get the kind of shots I need. And I like the price. It really is a good price, and it really is a very high quality flash for the price. So, well, fellow photographers, you just I highly recommend this flash. If you're looking for something like this, I would recommend that you purchase it. And thanks, keep on shooting.